A1, A1, A1. Yeah, truly. Cooler and I'm flyer too. Jam. Cooler and I'm flyer too.
What it is, what it do. Welcome back to the show that's cool and fly too, A1 Forever Sports. I'm back, Chris Tip Moore, after a little hiatus. Had to take a little second to myself. But besides all that, let's take a second to go ahead and congratulate these Atlanta Falcons on their first victory of the season. Coming on the road, sometimes road victories feel a little bit better than home victories, only because everyone who was in on the home field's turf and the home field stadium get to go home feeling how we feel sometimes at our own home stadium. So home field did not give an advantage to the Seahawks, and I'm happy for it. Great win, Falcons. Good way to, gut it out. And even though, it was back and forth battle for a minute, the Falcons were able to jump right back into it, seize control of the game, and, make all us proud, man. Dinner tastes better when the Falcons win on Sunday. I don't know if y'all realize that, but it does for me. Like dinner tastes better, beverages taste better, no more, even if it's water. Everything just tastes better after a win, especially on Sundays for the Atlanta Falcons. So let's get into some of the things that transpired real quickly. I know most of y'all are hyped just like I am about this Falcons win. Of course, I do feel that we should be 3-0 right now, but that's neither here or there. We can't dwell on the past as much as I would like to talk about, man, what if? Let's talk about the what happened. Now let's start with early in the game, how, a lot of holding calls and everything. Penalties is probably like my Achilles heel just with the birds period anyway right now. It's just the penalties over and over again, and they hurt in the red zone tremendously. Just like what the Falcons were called for holding in the red zone, and then next thing you know, Mariota, he gets sacked on the next play. Again, comes another hole on that drive. If there's anything that the Falcons need to clean up regardless of this win, they need to clean up that offensive line play. They need to clean up the penalties, the holding. I'm talking about, and immediately. Luckily, Younghoe Koo was able to hit a 41-yard field goal to give Atlanta 3 points. But you can't have your drives end that way because of penalties due to mental mistakes, mental errors. It just cannot happen because against the championship teams, against the better teams, you can't give them any room for error. You can't make any mistakes with them, especially if they're just better and just know how to win. And, I know it's been a lot of times to where it seems like we just know how to lose. It seems like the Falcons just find them a way to lose all the way and all the time. But this game was different, as the Falcons this year are a different football team. Another thing I did not like real quickly was about how Seattle in the beginning seemed to be just running those tight ends, and those tight ends was really just kicking our butts, in the middle of the field and just all over. It seemed like it was going to be a tight end game for Seattle. They really went to that well quite a few times with success. So that's just another thing that, I definitely want to clean up on early. Again, we have better teams coming up on this schedule, and we just want to make sure that we dot our I's and cross our T's and just make sure all our priorities are in order when we're going to be facing these teams coming up. So it's just the biggest thing, and that's really like kind of like the bad news for me. I mean, I have just slightly another bad thing that I did not like that happened, but that's pretty much, was the bad news for me in this game for the Falcons. On a good note, Cordarrelle Patterson, his first rushing touchdown came on a drive to where the Falcons converted a few third downs. Mariota, I give him his credit. Made some plays. He did. He made some plays. I keep fumbling because it's like I almost want to take it from him just because some of the passes and some of the accuracy, just how it just looked. But yeah, sometimes it looks ugly, y'all. Sometimes it just looks ugly, but hey, it was getting done. It got done. and plays were being made. Back to Patterson, he got over 100 yards for the second time this season, 141 yards to be specific on 17 carries. Now, oh, Patterson also getting that boost off of the Seahawks helmet, the Seahawks defender helmet, gave a little boost off of him, with the hurdle. It was all great. Love seeing CP play. Also, I do want to note that Tyler Allgeier needs more reps. Maybe more than I thought. I was high on Tyler Allgeier, very high. And I still am. Hold on now. I still am. But it's just, how can I explain this without seem like a straight a-hole? I know the Falcons want to take the ball out of Patterson's hands from running and rushing so much. They want to preserve him as long as they possibly can and as much. And I sympathize with that. That is the correct approach. I won't take that from them. But Tyler Allgeier, he's not there yet. The game hasn't slowed down for him yet, and it slowed down for the kid yet. It was a terrible time for that turnover, and it was all Allgeier's fault. Grabbing the ball. It was a option read play. He took it right in his belly like he was about to take off. For all that, I just would have rather him just to grab and snatch the ball from Mariota, saying, "Give me the ball and take off." I would have preferred that more so than what happened, what we got, and which was almost a costly turnover. Thank the football gods that it did not affect the Falcons' win. Luckily, the Falcons were able to still pick up this win. Moving forward, I will say about AJ Terrell. AJ had a better game in coverage. AJ, I feel like, had an overall better game, period. His first two games, I kind of feel like everybody kind of went at him. And maybe AJ just wasn't ready to be gone after so quickly. I think he felt like, okay, we'll see what the defense, or should I say what the offense presents, and then I'll go from there. Well, first 2 weeks, the offense definitely went at AJ. But this week against DK, AJ had a better game. I know DK did score, but that wasn't necessarily AJ's fault. It was a jump ball. Jalen Hawkins, he wasn't going to get it either. It was high ball, DK, tall receiver, automatic, and it's elementary. So, but AJ had a great game. I enjoyed, watching AJ compete. But call me crazy, but I feel like Casey Hayward is going to start getting picked on here in a minute. There's a few plays where Casey was either made a bad read, made a bad decision, or was outran, kind of just in the area trying to see what's going on. That he was confused a few times out there from what I seen. If I'm wrong, anybody can please just we can talk about it for sure. I don't mind. You can hit me in the comments. But I want to also touch on Drake London real quick. Now, Drake London is making him early case for offensive rookie of the year. He is. I mean, the guy is physical. He's being tough. He's breaking tackles. He's, running his routes the correct way. Today, he got his second touchdown of his career. It was a beautiful thing. Like I said, him muscling his way into the end zone a little bit, telling the defender, get up off me. You don't know me like that. London now has 16 catches for 214 yards and 2 touchdowns. Hey, man, this man is on his way. He's on his way. Do you realize that we could have 1,000-yard rookie receiver in Atlanta? Drake London. Not in anybody else. And I will be the first to say I was one of the guys that I didn't want Drake London, okay? I will say it. I will go on to say that. Here, Chris Tipmore, A1 Forever Sports, was not a Drake London fan. Nope. Honestly, wide receiver wise, I wanted like Garrett Wilson or what's my man name who dropped the touchdown from Aaron Rodgers? Oh, yes, Christian Watson. The thing about it is accountability. I was wrong, and I'm so happy to be wrong. I'm happy when a player on my team proves me wrong. I'm so happy about that. So Drake London is the best rookie wide receiver out there right now. And it's not even close if you ask me. I mean, you just look around just with everything that he does, route running, being tough, being physical, making catches in traffic, just being in the right place at the right time, secure hands. I love it, man. And that's exactly what we need in Atlanta. So going forward, I'm expecting big things from Drake. And I'm really hoping that he can be 1,000-yard receiver, because if he's doing that, if he's getting yards, getting touchdowns, making plays, that's going to make it easier for the Falcons going forward. Falcons Nation, how y'all just bully up our head coach like that? You know what I'm talking about. Man, Falcons Nation, let the Falcons coaching staff have it about Kyle Pitts. Have it. And I'm not going to lie, I did want him to get more targets too. Well, Kyle Pitts today, 5 catches, 87 yards. No, not a touchdown, but at least he got more targets. He definitely had more yards and catches and everything. And now he's over 100 receiving yards, for the season so far in 3 games. So this game was definitely a big major step, but we want to see it continue going forward. Don't sleep on Pitts now. Go ahead and get really between Pitts and London. Them two should be getting most of the targets. Zacchaeus, I like when they sneak some plays in for him because he's the speedster and everything like that. Other guys, I know Brian Edwards did not play and everything. And of course, Dane Bird too. So it's just as far as the receiving core goes, it's just those 3 guys, who really get most of the targets. It should go Pitts, London, because he's a rookie, and Zacchaeus. Those should be where the targets are going. But I need Tyler Allgeier to kind of I hate to bring him back up, but I need Allgeier to kind of step up a little bit more to give us another option, because we already know we got CP coming from back there. So more weapons, more options. I enjoyed to even see the Avery Williams sighting. He came out the backfield and got a first down. So it's like I don't want to have to put Avery out there every time to get, points or to get plays or whatever, because he's my return guy. That's what I'm supposed to have Tyler Allgeier for. And I need Allgeier to step up. We're in the big leagues now. We ain't at Brigham Young. This ain't BYU, this NFL. And I know, I'm not going to be too hard on him. It's only his, second in pro NFL game. But it's like, I need you to come on up to speed, brother. I need you to come on up to speed just because we need you. We need you. So that's another thing about the Falcons win. I also have, of course, the Falcons defense. Shaky in the beginning, did give up 23 points total. However, it was a Falcons defense that bend but didn't break. And how many times have we spoke that term about the dirty birdies, man? How many times have we said this or had this term said about the Falcons defense? Well, it was for real today. Falcons defense now have 3 straight games with a sack. First time in a while for that. They stood up and was able to hold Seattle to a field goal, which made it 20-23 for the 2023 Seahawks. After that, the Seahawks went the end of the third quarter and most of the fourth quarter without points. First time in quite some time that the Falcons hold an opponent to 0 points in the fourth quarter. Grady Jarrett had the big sack to make it 4th and 18. Richie Grant with the wonderful interception for the, I don't know which you wanted to call it, a Hail Mary or Pray Mary, the pass that Geno Smith tossed up. Richie Grant picks it off. does the smart thing, gets down the ground, secures the win. That's how you do it, boys. Just how you draw it up. Love y'all. So Atlanta Falcons today, 1-2. The Carolina Panthers also won today against the New Orleans Saints. Man, them Saints supposed. Never mind. I said I wasn't gonna go back into the past, but 1-2. I think 1-2 Saints now, 1-2 Panthers, 1-2 Falcons, and 2-1 Bucks as the Packers beat the Buccaneers. So we have a race in the NFC South. The Falcons are not out of it. The Falcons have another big game coming up this next week. We're going to gear up for that right here, A1 Forever Sports. Just had to take a quick commercial break to recharge myself, and I'm ready to get back after it, going harder than before. These last 3.5 months have been quite grueling for me as I've been learning and applying and continuing to learn, taking lessons from great reporters, broadcasters, etc., and just applying it to myself and continuously to grow on this channel, trying to get this channel and determined to get this channel over 1,000 subscribers and going forward and continuing. So everyone who has subscribed to my channel, I thank you so heavily. You know what I'm saying? You guys got me right here, and I got you right here. And I'm always going to try to do everything I possibly can to bring you sports, all while, you know what I'm saying, going through school and work and everything else that's involved in my life. But just wait until the day that comes to where this is all that I'm doing. And I promise you, I won't let you guys down. Until next time, Falcons win, baby. Be generational, because it's always time to be. The show that's cool and fly too. A1 Forever Sports. Why settle for less when you can have more with a vision? Why settle for less when you can just have more? Chris Tip Moore. Until next time, peace and blessings to each and every one of you. Let's go Falcons. And hey, we're actually gearing up for the NBA season too, so look out for that as well. I'll holler.
A1. Yeah, truly. Cooler and I'm flyer too. Jam.